Welcome to Reality Reflections. I'm Steven, and this is Brandon. We're having conscious conversations while we ride along. So remember to like and subscribe.
Me and my brother, same blood, same name, same block, different pain, same flames. He took the long road, I took the hard one. Both of us learned how to move with a scar on. Mama said, lift each other when you fall. So we built from the rubble, brick by brick, wall to wall. He got the vision, I got the patience. We put it together now.
No, but and the facts behind some of the craziest things is you just, I mean, who ever thought, like, an issue that I've always had is when I found out as an adult that a lot of my childhood games, a lot of my childhood songs, I'm talking all the way from Ring Around the Roses, all have meanings that I didn't know. I'm young playing them as a black man, like, dude, what? Why are they teaching us this? Like, what is going on, man?
Most of the darkest stuff they turn into a game, but that's how they play the games right in front of your face. It's like, you know, I don't know if it's Pass the Flags, the national anthem, or all these other songs that got other courses and pieces to it. They got some history to it that ain't so bright and clear.
That's why you pass the flag, and it's like, man, the meaning behind a lot of these it's crazy with the stars.
Bro,
What's up?
We was talking about the phones. That dude tried to sell the American people. He put a flag on the phone, but didn't even put enough stripes on the phone. And in the concept, he originally had it, but when they came out, they didn't have it. So it's like, you could be mad at other people in the games that play with flags, but once again, make sure you got the plank out of your eye before you talk about the speck of somebody else's.
Yeah, no, and you know, and that's crazy. If you ever been to a rally, you know,
I went to one before he was elected,
and you go to one of his rallies, and you see all, you know, people, these supporters that support him. They're like, oh, he kneeled and blah 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 about with the flag, but then you see their flags got guns on them and eagles and things like that defraud the flag, and they're like, oh.
And there's a code of conduct to the use of the flag,
right?
Saying that you ain't supposed to do that, you ain't supposed to be wearing it, playing with it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, people get mad at the NFL or whatnot, but like, they didn't even start that stuff. They only did that for recruitment purposes. So it's business all the way around. You know, everything's incorporated into the country.
But it's a problem when it's cultural, and that I'll never understand. I guess, you know.
Yeah. Fine, culture's a man, but the kingdom is real. So it's like, yeah, everybody, you know, business plays with the culture for the dollar, but at the same time, like, they're not comfortable with the universalness of the kingdom, we'll say.
Of course not. It is what it is, and I'm not looking forward to any of the new style of you know, I don't know if you want to go political, but I'm not in the mood for any of what's about to come. To be honest, I really hope it go to shit.
Hey, it's got to get worse before it gets better.
Something like a reset.
I mean, we're watching it happen.
Well,
you know, we're watching it happen. And one thing, and it's like, even I was talking to a random dude, and he's like, now more than ever, people realize that, like, we're all on the same boat. Yeah. People thought that there was aligning with certain people that had their best interest in back. Like, it's politics. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick said, it's Democrats or Republicans. Like, people are playing their games, and for a long time, people are fooled to thinking that one side versus the other's got their back. But ultimately, it's politics. It's politics. Yeah. You know, it is what it is.
Politics.
But before we get into that, which we're not necessarily going to get into politics, what are we doing, Steven? What is this? This is
if you want to get technical, we on the road, passing belts.
We got a little ride along. With Reality Reflections Unpacked.
That's what we're doing. You know how it is. It's decades in the making. Just trying to get some things out there that, you know, best friends do. You know,
it is true.
As we get older, you know, you lose the where we could go over each other's house constantly. But right now, 20 years later, it's like we only get to see each other every now and then. We only get to talk to each other every now and then, because life happens, and so it's a lot happened over these couple of years. A lot has happened.
It's like we say it lightly and quickly, like 20 years.
Look.
20 years ago, we was around each other nonstop. But, and I was thinking, like, even as we talk about best friends, I was like, man, that's one of those things, like, when you got real ones, you got brothers like this, time to go by, but the connection is there. It's not always the same, but being able to jump back and have that connection and that relationship, no matter how much time has passed, I think is a mark of friendship and connection. So
we got things like a lot of stuff when it comes to the friendship thing like that. Right now you got this thing called twins, and I'm not really fond of it. I'm not really fond of it because these people are calling twins they people they done met over breakfast for like 2 days.
Man.
And it's just I don't know if the meaning is the same. I think it's just
it can't be the same, and I'm sure nobody is better to speak on twinship than my boy here that is a twin. But like everything else, the further you get from the source, the more diluted it gets.
Right.
So it's like you make these slang and catchphrases like, oh, that's my twin, that's my bestie. Like, all right, how did we get here? And if we run around calling everybody twins and besties and stuff like that, brother is a perfect example.
Right.
People throw it around casually, but we're all brothers and sisters under the kingdom. But how many of us operate in that manner? But at the same time, like, I sit here and know that you're my brother. Like, we've been around in each other's lives for over 2 decades. So things don't just randomly happen. And when it comes to family, like, that's one area I don't play. So it's like, when it comes to my family, like, your family.
Right.
It's not just a friend. It's not an acquaintance. It's family. It's my brother for real.
Exactly. And I 100% agree with that. And then to add to your family is my intermediate family and my extended family is your family.
Right.
That's the difference between what these kids and these individuals who utilize the word twin, bestie right now, they don't understand. I could take you to my mama's house.
For sure.
And we gonna be gold.
For sure.
I could take you to my other best friend's house, San Antonio. We gonna be gold.
Yep.
My brothers, sisters, it doesn't matter because they all know you. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the car in front of us, I tell them to get in the back seat and call them twin. And they're gonna think we've been together for about 40 years.
Yeah.
And it makes.
But at the same time, I'm hanging out with my boy.
And that's and man, and just to your point, to the authenticity of friendship, that's what I like about it, and that's why I cut you as a brother. So but man,
life is about relationships and connections, and it's like, how we get connected so long ago.
Ooh, do you even remember?
I know we worked together. I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't even know how we met in the office. Because I was in the Oklahoma office.
And I was here in the Texas office.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah, I was on University. No, I was on Teasley's.
Yeah, and we were
Box.
you were around the corner by Brookshire.
Yeah.
So, long story short, me and him, Steven, that guy, we worked together 08-ish.
Yeah.
I think I started that job in 08, and it was a call center, and they had 2 offices, one right around the corner from the other. So I worked at, what we call the Oklahoma office. He worked at the Texas office.
Yes.
I don't even know necessarily when we met, how we met, but those 2 offices always intermingled, probably over poker, somehow, some way.
You know what? That might actually been what it was.
And just for the record, bro, my memory is horrible. I don't remember a lot.
We're gonna give you that.
Too much.
You up there in age?
It ain't got nothing to age. I blame traumatic head injuries before I blame age. We're not gonna do that. But so we worked together, and man, that job was a hangout. That job was a party. Yeah. So we had friends in the office left and right, but somehow, some way, we got connected and we became really good friends.
Oh yeah.
We were roommates for a good amount of time back then, and that's what brings us here now. Is back then seeds were planted, and I do remember like, however we got connected, bro. We went all in. Like we had hella good times.
Oh man,
like we would have fun.
It was like, and I would describe it as when two mixed kids as children see each other without their parents, and they're at their school playground, and one sits in the sandbox and the other comes and sits in the sandbox, straight authentic, straight uncensored. It is exactly, there's no, I see him as this, I see her as this, or vice versa, or however it is. That's kind of exactly how our relationship started.
Man,
and so
great analogy. And it's like, the reality is like you said, I was thinking there was an energy that matched, but at the same time it was that two mixed kids not seeing each other for anything the world puts on us, but like, dang, he cool, we cool, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
And we are both mixed and biracial, right? I know I am.
I'm pretty sure I got a whole bunch of mixation. I seen my daddy, so I know.
I know.
And you seen my daddy, so.
But they think I'm Mexican, but you.
They can't think nothing but black.
But you half Mexican.
My dad is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, back then, I think, and we worked in an office that was, I always say, 90-95% felons.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I know there was an aspect of, we're not looking at, yes, there's an aspect of criminality. Big word of the day. But like, we didn't see each other for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we wasn't trying to, say, oh, he's this, he's that. Oh, and on the side of being mixed, bro. Classic story. Bro, when I got hired, the dude that opened the door, a dude in the back corner got up, put a shirt on over his wife beater. This man stand up, got a tattoo across his throat, like his neck is slit and bleeding. It has white power tattooed on the back of his arm. Look, I got mixed, or no, he said he had white pride. I got mixed pride on the back of my arm, based off of our relationship. And we both know who we talking about.
That individual lives down the street from you,
good
by the
people,
way.
Good people,
real good people.
Good people. Love them to death, and that was part of the cool vibe of that office. Is we all came from different walks, we all had different charges, different lives, different things that put us in that place. But when we sat in that office, it was a brotherhood that was probably stronger than any other type of work environment commodity. Absolutely. That's why I loved it, because I was like,
oh man,
it fulfilled a connection and a brotherhood that you don't get many places. You get it from your family, some more than others. You get it from the streets, you get it from church, you get it from different areas. But we came in that office, and that connection, that brotherhood was real. It was raw, it was ugly, it was beautiful, it was unplanned and unforeseen.
It was crazy.
But man, everybody and anybody was in the mix.
Oh yeah. And I'm talking, we had everything. I'm talking, we had black, white, purple, Hispanic, green, gay. We had them all in those two offices in a matter of 5 years of being out there. And man, it was 5 years or so, if I'm remembering, from when I started, on and off. But that was how we started, man. And it was it was beautiful. It was. It taught me a lot. It taught me what real friendship means. It taught me what loyalty. It taught me not only the basics of workplace etiquette, how to cope with different types of people, but it also showed me how to be myself, be professional, all at the same time, and not lose who I am just because somebody different expects me to be either the same as them, or me not wanting to be the person that they expect me to be, which would have been authentic at that time. Bro, and just to bring a yin to that yang, like, bro, you talk about etiquette. Oh, there was a difference between the Oklahoma office and the Texas office. Boy, you ain't lying to hey, completely different. The Oklahoma office was
ran into the ground.
Oh man.
We did anything and everything. Everything went. There was holes in the walls. There was coloring on the walls. There was commissary in one cubicle. But that common hood was get pledges. And in the Oklahoma office, as long as you getting the pledges and you raising the funds, everything else went.
Everything was good.
And like, for me, it gave me too much freedom and too much fun in the workplace. So I didn't learn how to be a good employee when I got there. I learned in training, if you got a problem with somebody, get in the alley and get back on the phone.
Yes.
You know, because we got money to raise and all the extraness, deal with it and get back to what we're here for. And when I say anything went, as long as we running fun, everything. We would go up there on our days off to do the unthinkable. But it was crazy because the balance of it was we had the Oklahoma office and, like I said, the Texas office around the corner. And the Texas office was nice. Y'all had nice hardware and like headsets. We didn't even have enough chairs for the people.
But then you know why though? Okay.
It was new. It
wasn't that it was new. It was that the both offices were ran by what? The brothers.
Oh yeah.
And they were almost twins.
Yeah.
So you got the good and you got the bad of the brothers, and the brother who may or may not been bad had the Oklahoma office. Yeah, for sure. and rest in peace to his brother.
Yes,
definitely.
But yeah, man, and that was crazy because they ended up shutting down the Oklahoma office and we moved into the Texas office. And that basically almost created a riot.
Oh Lord.
Because man, we were cut from a different cloth, and like I said, the Texas office was nice and professional.
Suits, yeah, we were suited up.
What?
We were suited up. Y'all came over there like it was no disrespect. Y'all came over there like it was Katrina, when New Orleans.
Like we had nothing.
Like Katrina came over and y'all moved to Texas.
You wrong.
Love y'all. I got hey, love it.
But
love it.
Man, we had a lot of fun, but like we didn't have nice things to do our job, but we enjoyed what we didn't have and we made the most of it. But they tried to get us to tighten up whenever we go over there. Like the nonsense hooligan activity wasn't going to continue at the Texas office. And when I say, like, there's people I still talk to this day that I forget that we didn't like each other when we first came because they was over there in the Texas office trying to do things professional. I'm like, bro, we get pledges, we get money. Like, I'm not worried about all this professional leadership team, like, and pledges.
We were so focused. We were so focused on, building the name, building the brand of where we worked. And y'all came over there.
That's crazy. I never thought about none of that.
And when y'all came over there, y'all actually taught us a little bit of more excitement. Y'all brought a little bit more excitement to our office because our turnover ratio was so high because people they were bored in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when y'all came over, it was like, yep. This is what...
It's a party.
We went to work just cause.
Man, we
9 to 9, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
12-hour shifts.
Oh man, easy.
Whew.
Easy.
But that job, and the other balance point I wanted to bring out is like, bro, it gave me an unhealthy relationship with money, or it fed an unhealthy relationship with money, because especially in that Oklahoma office, nothing else mattered besides making money. And we used to say some real foul things, and we lived a real foul day to day in the name of
money.
We're raising funds, getting money.
Yeah. Same with our office. Even though we were a little bit more uniformed, that was the mindset. Got to get this money, and we're gonna do it this way. It was still that, for lack of better words, that hustle mentality.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all just had it a little more intense.
Oh, we was hustling.
I still got the script in my bag.
But I got the whole binder. I got every script, every rebuttal.
Can't nobody look. They called me a couple days ago, and I went to on the script.
Start pitching them.
I sure did. We created that. I said we created this, man.
No.
I know the whole script.
Yeah, no, you ain't got 20, 15 will do. You ain't gotta do it right now. Well, I'll send it out to you.
I'm gonna send it out there anyway. I just need the guarantee.
But, a lot of people don't realize what was happening behind the scenes when you was getting those phone calls to raise funds for the state troopers and the firefighters and the police charities and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So, And let's go back. So we got to be mindful about complaining about different organizations and charities and who's really behind this, and did you know BLM leaders are doing this and this with the funds. We raise funds for the state troopers, the police, the firefighters, the police children, youth leagues and whatnot, and it was 95% felons. Yeah. And the things that happened in that office was far from what those organizations stood for. We'll leave it at that, but just remember, not everything is seen and understood.
Right.
But because we put it in the news, because you have these organizations that, it's an easy way to make the house of cards fall.
You're right.
Because that's what you decide to speak on.
That's what you want, right.
So that's also left an imprint. And before that, I worked in a call center and we were selling vacations.
Oh, I did too. Before I got to, where we met at, I was at VTT.
Same place.
So, and
that was a lot different.
That was a whole lot different.
That was professional. That was timeshare based.
Oh, yeah.
And still get the money, make the sales.
But it wasn't, it was just that. It was just that.
It was a professional.
I think we needed to go to the place where we were in order to build who we are.
For sure.
Because without that place, I don't learn a lot. I'm still the geek behind. I'm still the geek behind the suits. I'm still the person who's timid to take a rejection. I'm still that guy who is, just soft behind everything until I go to that company where we met. Then I'm like, okay, you have to understand life is real. Life is rough, and you're going to get a no.
So how old were you when you started at SAI?
It had to be around, 17, 18? I was there before you.
Okay, yeah.
Because we were in, it was only one office when I started.
Okay.
And that was out by that tattoo shop.
Okay.
So I was older than you, but then you came a couple of years
And that's
later.
one of the things I was thinking about, because we hit it at different points in life.
Yeah.
So for me, when I got there, I was a little baby child my whole life. But at that point in time, I was in a serious relationship. I was trying to be way too grown at a young age. But that place gave me that sense of hooligan brothership that I had always yearned for. So once I saw people that were down the ride and get, have a great time in all the wrong ways, I was like, oh, let's go down.
No, it's here.
I fit right in.
Yeah.
And that wasn't necessarily the best for me at the time, but it did mold and show a lot of different things in the name of development.
But did you? So what was something that, right now as an adult, furthermore of an adult, did you get from there that you use today? What's something like, what'd you learn out of that you literally use today?
I'll go back to the word you threw out a minute ago, rejection.
Oh, yeah.
Being what they y'all would call us telemarketers, we were professional fundraisers. Rejection was something that happened every time in the first 10, 15 seconds. But how you handle that is how that call went.
Right.
So you learned to not accept the first aspect, and if it happens, go to the next.
Right.
It's a numbers game.
Right.
And I learned to enjoy the failure, the rejection, because it's easy when they say yes the whole way through, but if someone could cuss me out in the first 10 seconds of a phone call and then I get a pledge and some money from them, look at the development that comes from that.
Oh, man.
And because I dropped out of college to go work at VT&T.
Yeah.
So sales was my first career, and I did great at VT&T, selling vacations. So I could always sell, but there was a different hustle mentality to the fundraising that nobody was in. We weren't offering vacations. Everybody took a vacation. I was just going to show you a way you can get a discounted vacation and help your family have a great time for less money. Don't nobody want to hear us in the middle of their dinner about, can you send us some money?
Yeah.
But that was the name of the game. And so handling rejection and matching the donor's response.
Yes.
Because however they came across the phone, I had to match that to close them at the end.
We were doing energy matching before
that.
These kids got the energy.
Absolutely. And you learned to read and understand people just by the interaction over the phone.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's always stood
So that's pretty cool. And it's crazy because I actually got to see the individual you were talking about, who wore the white beater and put his thing, because we still cool to this day.
Oh yeah.
And he actually lives a couple streets down from me.
Hey, we about to barbecue.
Oh yeah, got to. So if he sees this, he's gonna love it.
Oh yeah, and I mean, all the characters and the individuals. Like I've been saying, we need to have a reunion.
Oh man,
we need to have a SAI picnic in the park and just turn up. Because I mean, we were family. But that's one thing, bro. Like yeah, man. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but we got a long history, and everybody's had a journey.
Yeah. And we've all, and I follow a few people from the behind the scenes because of how much I've grown. Yeah. A lot of stuff I've had to kind of steer away from, but I followed a lot of those individuals who we worked with, so I can see it's like high school, and you get to see them in the background by being on their social media, friends and things like that. So, and I do the same thing with our group of guys that we were at work with, and so now it's like it's time.
For sure.
We probably need to set something up.
Yeah, so I mean that's the origin story of us meeting and getting close and hanging out. And like I said, we lived together shortly after starting shortly after I started, because he was there years before. But to catch up to where we're at now, and we'll go back and like I said, we're gonna reflect and unpack a lot of different things. But we hung out a week ago, and man, it's had a great time. Just kicking it, just being in each other's company.
It was like we see each other every day when we don't. And that's what I love about him. It's just, it doesn't matter how far we are. Just like another one of my best friends, it doesn't matter how far we are. As soon as we link up, it's like, oh yeah, this is more real than any other all day, everyday relationship or friend that I've seen on a daily basis.
And that reality and authenticity and just being real with each other and comfortable around each other is why we're doing it. We've had a lot of people, they know our stories, they know what we can speak on and the perspectives that we bring to things. And that's why I say, like, man, I'm not even tripping on a podcast, but let's broadcast something. Let's speak on, and unpack the reality and the reflections that's happened throughout the years. And we could do it in a manner that is organic, is grassroots.
The way we only know how to do it.
That's it. We're not trying to, conjure something up or, it's just us coming together and having them conversations and doing what we do.
And there's a lot that we both can take out of some of the time that we spent away from each other and things like that we not only want but that we need. For sure. I'm saying for growth. And that's just been real. That's kind of why I was like, you know what, B, that's what I'm in, because there's a lot of things that and once we're gonna unpack a lot, and as these episodes get more and more, they're gonna learn so much about us that they didn't think they would.
Right.
And I'm almost to the point to say, like, if I could expose a lot more right now, I would, but I don't want to.
Yeah, we all we got is time, and we got a long time to do this. So we'll break it down, and there'll be all sorts of things that we get into, and
like, remember that one time you and that rabbit? You don't remember?
Bro, don't. How you gonna make up something I can tell about that pillow? Yeah, you see that? See, that's the difference between someone making up a story to be funny and somebody having a real one. And he's like, oh, no. Yo.
Time out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was no story with a rabbit, but obviously there was one with a pillow. So maybe another day.
Man, funny. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy work. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that'd have been a thumbnail.
That'd have been a whole thumbnail.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh-wee. That's wrong. That's wrong now.
Yeah,
y'all stay tuned for that.
Was it right there?
What?
In fact, you thought about it. Dear Lord, help us.
y'all definitely stay tuned, because that right there, that's cold. But I got something for him too.
Right.
Please believe it. The arsenal is full. It is full. Yes.
All right, keep up with us. We're gonna do these ride-alongs, Reality Reflections Unpacked. Brandon and Steven riding along, having them conversations, and next time there'll be more.
Y'all be sure to give us your feedback, comment. Ask questions. We're gonna have special guests, backseat drivers.
That's it.
Ride along with us, take these joy rides, or however we're gonna do it. But
and we're going with this with openness, to where it's an open book. So yeah, you got questions, you got topics, you want to hear something. If you know us and you got some insight or interest in us speaking on certain things, put it out there, and we'll be in touch.
And just know, sensory is not censored. It's your heart. So you come out of, you want to hear something, you want to talk about something, we'll give it a go.
That's it. All right, y'all. Until next time.